Somali pirates, a group of dangerous criminals. They plunder, they kidnap, they have haunted the Somalia coast for years. In the worst time, their criminal activities reached 300 cases a year. But all of a sudden, they vanished from the sea. All thanks to a brave man who single-handedly ended their empire of crime. Who is he? Is he a secret agent of the American Navy? Is he a hermit kung fu master? Does he have some superpower? No, not really. He's just a chubby Japanese guy called Kimura Kiyoshi, and he sells good sushis. He actually got the nickname King of Tuna for his delicious sushis. So what kind of person is this sushi guy? And how did he manage to defeat those pirates? Let's check it out. The year was 1952, right after the Second World War. Kimura was born in a poor family in Chiba, Japan. His father passed away when he was 4. To support the family, little Kimura had to take multiple part-time jobs even before primary school. During the school time, he still had to do his job after doing homework, but it never stopped him from being the top student in the class. Unfortunately, the family was too poor to afford him to go to a college, so when he turned 18, he determined to become a fighter pilot and joined the army. Army life is super hard even nowadays. You know, it was just after the
Second World War.
So Kimura's coaches are literally just a bunch of maniacs who have just survived it. Instead of training, it was more like torture. And you can totally tell that from his pictures. It has been 4 years. I've finally become a reserve pilot. I'm just one step away from my dream. This is the best day of my life. Due to a training accident, Kimura's vision was permanently damaged, which means he can never become a pilot in his life. Body and mind both shattered, Kimura retired from the army. Without a second thought, he threw all his money into the stock market. Luckily, he rolled on the tide of Japanese economic miracle. Within a few months, he made a profit like $11,000. It was really good money at that time. Hey bro, can I borrow all your money for a while? I definitely won't run off with the money or something. Sure, you're my best friend. And that guy ran off with all his money. Sad. Then he became a salesman selling encyclopedias, and it was really hard to sell. Hey loser, what you're doing in our park? Oh, I'm just trying to figure out how to sell these stupid books. Oh, what is this? Spiders? Ooh, what is this? A Skinner box. Kimura answered their questions with patience. Then their parents saw this, and they're very happy about it. Some even bought his books. And so his name was spreaded in the community. Thanks to the lovely housewives, Kimura was able to sell 500 copies within 2 months. This experience gave Kimura a first taste of business, and he was loving it. But later, the company decided to be an asshole and refused to pay him money.
No question about it, I am ready to get hurt again.
Sad. Then, he started his new job in a seafood company. During this time, he met the love of his life, tuna. He also came up with good ideas that helped the company to profit, making useless parts of squids into fish mash and promoting the sales of frozen seafood. But his colleagues got jealous of his talent and started to pick on him. What the hell is this? I can do a way better job working for myself. So in 1979, after 3 years working for that company, Kimura was finally ready to start his own business, Kimura Store. And he was only 27 by that year. Jesus. The business went great. He started with seafood, expanding little by little. The company covered more than 90 types of different businesses. But guess what happened right away? The worst bubble burst in Japanese financial history. Japanese economy fell from a luxury heaven to a burning hell. Every business in Japan is facing survival problems, including the banks. They're doing everything to get their money back. Hi, Mrs. Kimura, it's me. I'm the bank manager. How's it going? You know, we have a document that needs your husband to sign, but he's not in Japan right now, so can you please sign it for him?
Can I take a close look?
Oh, it's a very regular document. You don't have to read through this entire thing. Whoa, you don't want to see that part. You don't have to see this line. Oh, no, don't see that. Just sign here. Just sign here, please. The bank made the contract very complicated and tricked his wife into signing it. This contract forced Kimura to pay off all his debt at once. He had to sell off the business to pay off the debt, and now he has only a little money left. All his hard work had been set back to zero. Again. Sad. This was desperating, but he didn't give up. With the little money he was left with, Kimura started a small new restaurant, Kiyoshi. By the way, let's just say he ate a little bit too much during the depressing time and became something like this. During that period in Japan, different types of sushis had very different prices. Those prices also fluctuated over time, which made the menu really confusing. Kimura fixed all his prices at two different ranks. The sushis in the same rank all have the same price, and he never changed those prices. Despite the common price, his fish is always at a good quality. Not surprisingly, these two features made his restaurant really popular. In 2001, after he had made enough money, he started a bigger new restaurant, SushiZanmai. This little restaurant will later turn into a huge brand with 58 branches all over Japan, and they're all famous for one thing. You guessed it, tuna. That was also how he got his nickname, the King of Tuna. Whew, finally, everything got on the right track. But how did this lovely sushi guy ended up have anything to do with Somali pirates? You see, the Somalia coast is one of the best places to fish tuna. And Kimura, he craves for tuna. But nobody dared to fish in that area due to those bloody pirates. Kimura made a call to one of his old friends in the self-defense force, who was guarding the sea roads of the Somalia coast during that time. He just asked him to bring him there. After tons of communications with the Japanese government, he convinced them to let him go. Facing the danger of being kidnapped or killed, Kimura brought a secret weapon. It's not a gun, not a bodyguard. He is a translator. Yeah, just a random guy who speaks both languages. Kimura's plan was to have a cozy little chat with the pirates to see what's actually going wrong. Surprisingly, no one have ever done that before. And so he goes. Hey guys, why are you doing this pirate stuff?
We are just trying to make a living.
I mean, why don't you make a living by something that makes people happy? Like fishing. You have so many fat tunas in your sea.
Oh, that is a long story.
First, a civil war. Then, Indian Ocean tsunami. Fishing industry destroyed. In fact, most of those pirates are used to be fishermen. But that job doesn't feed their wife and kids anymore. As it turned out, no one wants to be a criminal, but they don't have a choice. So how about from now on, you guys fish from me? I can buy a lot of fish from you guys.
What if no one else wants to buy our fish?
I will buy anything you can't sell.
But we don't have equipment to store or transport the fish.
I'll get you something like that.
But we don't know enough to catch big fishes like tuna.
I will give you guys professional training.
But we can't sell anything if we are not a member of Indian Ocean Tuna Commission.
I will talk to them.
But what if?
Whatever it is, I will deal with it. Just give me tuna! And yep, he did what he said. He even got a medal from the local government. After he hired those pirates, the piracy activity in Somalia coast dropped from 300 cases right down to 0. It wasn't entirely his credit for sure, but he definitely changed the life of a small group of people. This is the legend of the King of Tuna. Once a poor little boy, now a modern hero. He had become the person he always meant to be. As he said in his book, the moment you have lost all your hope in the darkness is when you are right before the daybreak.